3 sub in a row. Thank you very much, Bonk, for that. Also sending you love for your friend that's in the hospital. We don't have to go more into that though. And then same with Valk. Thank you very much, Valkyrie, someone that is local to our area as well, who has eaten our food. And Valk subscribed for 19 months in a row. Thanks, friends. Kimmers, thanks for being first as always. Also, happy Good Friday, we can say, to those of you who are celebrating. I did kind of cater my lunch today to be more Good Friday friendly, let's say, because you're not supposed to eat meat today. I'm not really Catholic. Like, I was raised Catholic, but I definitely don't follow the religion anymore. But I know that my grandparents would appreciate that, so that's why I did that today. Hi, yet it is. Good to see you. Same with Michael. I think that's it. I will say, like, doesn't really feel like Good Friday today. I went to 3 different stores this morning to grab groceries. I usually go to the 3 different stores. The first one I went to is Superstore to go find, or hopefully find, some more organic flour, which I was not in luck. So they didn't have any of this last week. There was only whole wheat flour, and then I went again this week, and then there was still no organic all-purpose. So I have to go to the farmer's market tomorrow to get some organic local all-purpose flour, because you can't just use whole wheat for everything, and like I don't love the one other brand that there is. So there's that. So that was like kind of a bust, so I just like bought a small bag of organic all-purpose to get us by for this weekend. And then I went to Save on Foods. I only spent like $27 on like the bulk of groceries for today, because a lot of stuff we pulled out of the freezer for the weekend, so that was really nice too. And then yeah, Costco was like nice and easy. Just picked up a few things, and I thought it was gonna be like busier out because people always are like getting ready for holidays and stuff, but it was pretty dang quiet this morning, I will say. And like no one was saying like Happy Easter or like Happy Good Friday or anything like that. Like, for me to not be the religious person and be the one that's saying it to everyone else that's in, like, the hospitality service was, like, that's weird. The vibes were kind of off. I don't know. Have you guys noticed that where you are, too? I will say the weather's, like, pretty gray here, and we did get another dump of snow this week. So I think the, like, weather is maybe playing a part in how people are feeling. Vibes are odd this year. It is okay, so it's not just me. Cool. It's a dying religion, you think, Greek? Interesting that you think that. We won't get into anything religious on Twitch because that's a dangerous road to go down. We all know that. And yeah, Cookie, more snow for like 2 days. So like the roads are all dry again, but like everything else is covered in snow. I don't know if spring's ever gonna come. I really don't. What else did I do? Oh, and I went for a yummy Japanese food with my bro on Tuesday to kind of like celebrate our birthdays because we're both March babies. So we went out for that and it was really good. I think that's it, guys. Sam is chilling up at work. They're doing really good. Nothing crazy has been happening. That's all I got. Oh, and I'm alone. Roommate went up to work on Tuesday. So I am alone until Samo's back, which is actually really nice. I love being home alone. Everything is closed on Good Friday there. That was actually the first thing I did. I was like, okay, left the parkade and like started driving. I was like, wait, it's Good Friday today. Like, is anything even open? But yeah, everything was open as usual. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Greek, for sure. Bonk, you're supposed to get dumped on with rain this weekend? Yeah, that is odd too. The rain should be done already. I mean, same with the snow here. That was like a really late one. Okay, guys, let's get into it. I don't think this stream is going to be too crazy or long. So we're going to make a vegetarian lunch dish, and then Cookie, we're going to try out those sourdough cheese scones that you shared in Discord last week. I really want to try that. We'll just make a small batch for myself. And then when Sam's back, I'll make him a nice big batch for that. So there's our menu. Mediterranean halloumi bowl, which is a type of cheese if you've never had halloumi. I really love it. I don't have it all the time, but as like a vegetarian dish, I really like this cheese. I've also seen this cheese branded to use as like a burger component. Oh my god, it's snowing again. It's sunny out and it's snowing, you guys. What? But anyways, yeah. We're gonna make some fluffy quinoa with our halloumi bowl just to go on the base. I did pick up fresh spinach today, so we'll chop up some of that too because it was on sale. I was thinking like a little cucumber tomato sort of salad that we'll dress. Chop it all up nice. We will make a homemade creamy herb dressing. The fresh herbs were on sale this week, 2 for $4 for like the little containers. So I got some parsley and basil because we have dried dill, so we'll use those 3 in like our little creamy dressing for that. So good. Oh, and I picked up a zucchini to roast for that too, just to like bump it up, and I haven't had zucchini in forever and it's cheap. Maybe a snowblower out? No, we've just been having these weird little pockets lately where it's like it'll snow for 2 seconds and then it's done. Sounds fresh and tasty. That's also how I was feeling, Val. It's like maybe if we eat more springish foods, spring will actually come. Michael, the subscription didn't go off for you? Try a little refresh on your browser page and then it should come through, my guy. Annie, on a Friday? We're honored, chat. We are honored. By Tuesday, it'll be plus 20. Let's not jinx it. Chase, you're starting to get local fresh berries and veg there. And yeah, we're still getting snow. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's so funny. You can just laugh, right? That's really it. Just laugh at it. Okay, if you're wondering what's going on back there, I have the tri-tip thawing for tomorrow. We're gonna grind it up. We have the ham thawing as well as the ham stock for Sunday to make our ham and split pea soup. And then I just have the rotisserie chicken cooling back there. Because it was hot, fresh out of the oven first thing at 9 a.m. Cookie, thank you. Holy. Getting started first thing here. 1,499 bitlies, my friend. And Annie. Oh, man. You guys together. Annie, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I almost coughed. My throat's dry. We're almost there, guys. Almost at the train. I know you're dangerous. You're on your second mo next week? Okay, you don't have to throw it in my face, though. Should I say, sucks to be you? Okay, I'm gonna make a little list and then away we go. Let's just first check on our starter. It lives in the bedroom because that's like the warmest place we keep in the house. Kind of like under the computer, I would say. Makes sense. So I fed my starter at 7 a.m. when I woke up this morning. When I was done feeding it, the amount that was in here was like just under the half quart line. So she's almost doubled in size for us to be ready to use for this scone. So I'm sure if we prep a little of the halloumi bowl and then we'll be able to use some of this because the recipe does call for active starter. There's always a difference when you're looking whether you want it an actual active starter like this that's still like bubbling up, or if it's going to be like a discard that has already bubbled and then sat back down. It's not going to have that same amount of activity for the yeast. Kimmers, thank you very much for the 1,000 as well, setting us over the edge for a level 2 hype train first thing. Choo choo! Oh my god, you guys. We haven't even done anything yet. Thank you very much as well, Annie. It's so good to have you back. Did you start your cake escapade yet? Annie? Yeah, the starter is bubbling nicely. So we are at the 3-week mark already? I think this is just 3 weeks this week. I know I kind of toyed with saying maybe we would do a Thursday sourdough stream, but I just wasn't honestly feeling it, guys. So I'm gonna start it next week where we'll actually like bake bread from this. And then you'll also see like I use whole wheat flour as well as all-purpose flour when I feed my starter, and that's just for health purposes for me. So let's just put that over to the side for now, kind of watch it go. Himmers, thank you for the 500. She says need to get to level 3. Bonk says let's just get through level 2, yeah? Thank you for the 1,000. Annie, you need to get some gelatin and chocolate. Ugh, one note on chocolate, and thank you, Cookie. My gosh. What is going on right now? The Calabo chocolate went up so much in price. Okay, I'm gonna just write my list as these come in. And we'll vibe. We're almost there, I think. No, I lied. I thought there was only... Oh yeah, there is 5. Okay. We did it, everyone. Okay, let's welcome in. We know some of these names. Thank you, Annie, gifting this up to 5 people to our kitchen crew. We got Madame Rainbow Pants. We know her. College CS Prof. Music Freak 7676. Chris Hangry, who is a streamer, right? As well as Hojurific. You missed the chicken wing song. It's true, right? What is happening here? Nobody knows, Greek. You've been craving dark chocolate a lot lately. So yeah, I'm like almost out of all the chocolate chips in the house. And I just kind of looked online on the business Costco, the Calabo price, because that's where we always get it from. Like, it went up $10 a bag, I'm pretty sure. That's insane. It used to be $20 for like those big bags of chocolate. Now it's $30. And then the milk chocolate's actually $40. So it went up $20 a bag. Double the price. I was like, I had this chat with Sam, right? I was like, I can either go buy $20 worth of chocolate or I can decide to eat like an actual meal that day. Milk chocolate's always more expensive. It sucks. You guys are nuts. We're seriously almost a quarter of the way there on the sewing machine. I better start like... I gotta go talk to my grandma and start hanging out with her because she's like a master seamstress. Maybe I'll just like bring the sewing machine over there and we'll have grandma sewing streams together. Milk chocolate's always more expensive than cookies. Saying why though? Probably because it's the most popular one. Is the only thing I can really guess out of that one. That's the one that everyone buys. Not really that many people love dark chocolate. White chocolate is cheaper to make. There's no cocoa. That's my answer. Kimmers, did you just do another 1,000? Thank you very much. And Jiggles with the Prime Gaming sub. 28 months in a row. Jiggles says you can get lots of cheap chocolate the day after Easter. Professional tip. That is so, so true. Annie, thank you for the 500. Cookie for the 1,500. Did we just get to a new level? We are about to beat our last record. Out of here. Okay, I'm loving it. This is my list so far as we were writing. Halloumi, cut and fry it. Obviously, you fry it right before you want to eat it. We'll chop up the spinach, cucumber, tomato salad, Our quinoa, we just gotta cook like rice on the stovetop. And then we'll make our herb dressing either in the blender or just mix it together in a little bowl. I think that's everything that I put on that menu. Oh, and our roasted zucchini. Roast zucchini, which is really quick. Or I thought with the zucchini, maybe we can just pan fry it with the halloumi in the same pan. I thought that would be really easy. Okay, and then our cheese, scones. Cheesy. Let us go. Tell me it's not the corporate chocolate producers bumping up prices because they knew Easter was coming. Yes, I wonder, hey? Okay, so after Easter, I'll go back and look and see what the price of the Calibo is. Maybe it goes down. Annie, thank you for the 1,000. Cookie, thank you for the 1,000. Bonk, thank you for the 500. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the cutting board. It says we're about to beat it, but what's... Don't worry about it, guys, if we don't get there. You guys, like, that's more than enough, seriously. Thank you. Okay, so I was so excited because I saw Costco started carrying halloumi, which is sometimes hard to find around here. Paneer is quite popular. We have a big Indian population around here, but I find that halloumi not as easy. So this was $10. You can also see all the different things you can do with it. So we're gonna fry it. It's really good grilled though. And that's how it comes. Did we beat it? You guys beat it. You're like, I can't not. No! They're making it too hard. Cucumber. Zucchini. They look so, like, similar. Torino? I seriously can't. My God, Torino. Thank you guys. Okay, now you crushed it. Someone did the math, I think. My gosh. Okay, Torino. Thank you for gifting the 5. That set us over. So I'm gonna welcome his in first, and then we'll do Annie's. Where did that sneaky one come in? Oh no! We're still going? I'll switch this scene so we can do some stuff while we're going. Choo choo! We need to like chew it everywhere. Chew! Woo! We're doing a wheelie! Are we really chilling? Because this is like insane in here. This has been the least chill start to the stream ever. All right, now we've made it. Torino. And Kimmer says we gotta make it even. Thanks for the 500 Kimmers. You guys are so funny. We have from Torino gift subs, Tracy Facey, Amy, Lakevbo, Sign Die, and Nottingetty. And then from Annie's 10, let's welcome in Sandals, Idaho. These are some new names. Wazzy L, True Purple, Musty Simp 100, Jaff, I can't say it, it's just a bunch of letters. Miss Mouse WC, Barbarossa 2030, Chef Maria, Eman Noodle, and Reflex 1967 NL2. Musty Simp, that's what I said, Greek, you know it. We're only 7 subs away from 100 again? Bonk. I've only been live for 20 minutes. My goodness. Okay, Bonk, Kimmers, Annie, Cookie, Torino, Jiggles, and Valk. Thank you very much, all of you, for being here. Okay, back to our halloumi. So, that pack of halloumi costs $10 for 2 times 250 gram packs, which I thought was a good deal. And this is like the real stuff. It said it's from Cyprus, and you know it's like a really good quality halloumi when you can see the like herbs, the oregano in there. But we're just gonna pop this in the fridge, and then we'll just slice it this way right before we fry it. Annie, you're back. Annie, you just wanted to let everyone know that he missed us and we're all back together. Thank you very much for crushing our stream grocery goal. I basically hit that goal this week. I didn't really spend too much more than $40 on groceries. I'm very proud of that, so thank you. Okay, while that was going, I washed up our zucchini and cucumber. Let's wash up our Roma tomatoes. We'll get that stuff prepped. Sweet! I even got a new emote, guys. Did some of you? New all-time record, 21 subs, 17,000 bits, 499. You're all sick, and I love it. Okay, let's just get a small bowl to make this cucumber tomato salad in, and then we'll prep this after for roasting. Hi, Blood Oak, how are you doing? I would say this is fry. Yay, we are partying. So tip and top these, and then we'll just cut them in half. And then in half again, so we'll quarter the cucumber. Yeah, too bad they don't count the direct donation as part of the hype train, hey Greek. That would be insane. Okay, now we're just gonna cut nice little bite-sized pieces. Remember when there was that trend a few years back of everyone was making Buddha bowls? This is pretty much gonna be like that today. A Buddha bowl. Full of all healthy things. Like, I don't eat like this all the time, but every now and then I just have this craving for like some healthy vegetarian food. Hello, Sheriff Shutter. This sounds nice. Yeah, I'm really excited. Was kind of stuck on what I wanted to make today, and then I remembered about the halloumi at Costco. Ooh, I also saw that they had burrata at Costco today. So if you guys are planning on going shopping there, it didn't look too expensive. It was only like $17 for 2 containers of, I think, 500 gram pieces of cheese. These Roma tomatoes have been on sale lately at the store, and I will say, like, the flavor of them is so nice. Like, see how the juice isn't really coming out of it? It's all just, like, staying concentrated. I haven't even put them in the fridge. You know it's, like, getting near spring when tomatoes actually start tasting like tomatoes again. Oh, no. Okay. One note, remember, I'm not putting things in the fridge. Annie literally says it as I'm showing it. So this Roma tomato started sprouting from the seeds. I hate when that happens. You should have seen was it last week, guys, or the week before? The spaghetti squash. So we cut into a whole spaghetti squash that I had for like about a month just sitting in my like cold room, let's say. Cut into it, it's full of bean sprouts inside, all the seeds have sprouted. So I actually did end up looking it up on like Reddit to see if we could have used it. And they said like if the flesh was still firm, you could have used it, but it might have tasted really bitter. So it's like most of the time people just throw it out. Yeah, Sam was here still when that happened, so that was the week before then. And I need to read your message, Oak Oak. Feel like junk? No, you got sick? Well, that's a really good idea and like really nice that you can do that. Is like pay attention to your body. If you're not feeling it, just call in, right? Everyone gets sick. You don't have to feel bad about it. It's just part of being human. But I'll send you lots of love and vibes, dude. Nice. Annie gifting the sub to a once upon a time Nike who is now Johnny Rodden. Welcome back to the crew. Okay, so the seeds that are sprouted, just kind of pick those out. And I'll try and use the rest of the tomatoes still. Yeah, that was easy. That kind of is the nice thing about Romas, is they're really easy to clean. Bam. Crisis averted. Now, we should just take this and put it in dirt, right? And we'll have like 30 tomato plants in no time. Do it, Greek says. Dang, Oak. You guys don't have, like... I don't know what we call it here, like Instacart or something? Where you can get someone to go shopping for you at the, like, grocery store or at the drugstore if you're not able to go out. If you're, like, sick or something. Hey, that was easy. I was joking, Greek, about just setting up like a small like farm in the living room one time when the roommate's gone and he just comes home from work one day and the whole living room's just like a garden, a greenhouse. He probably wouldn't even be mad. Okay, let's season this up. Let's grab a spoon. I have salt and pepper. And I was just thinking like a little oil and vinegar to make this yummy and juicy. Okay, you have only like a book in advance delivery. Hello, Ben Cyan Games. Yeah, I think it has been a while since you were here. Everything is a-okay. How have you been? Okay, let's go find some oil and vinegar. And oh my Lanta, I am not looking forward to spring break this upcoming week, because I'm pretty sure the kids are gonna be home. Like, they're not old enough to be in school, so I'm hoping the daycare doesn't close. But just today alone, because everyone's off school, my lord. I'll just go live in the car for the next week. I want to season this with a little bit of oregano and some garlic, I think. It's the solar eclipse in 10 days, and we just got over the lunar eclipse. That was very powerful. You're good? Just really busy, Ben? Busy is good, though. Okay, let's start with salt and pepper. Blood oak. I hate when it's windy like that. I don't mind like cold, rain, hot, etc. But yeah, I think like the one sort of weather thing I hate is wind. This is like the most hilarious name ever. Buttman and Rubbing. Hello, welcome. Are there any non-Mediterranean halloumi bowls? I mean, I would assume so. A solar eclipse will always follow a lunar eclipse and vice versa. Nice, you have a pair of binos. Those are pretty useless for me, being right in the middle of the city. Just a little bit of granulated garlic, guys. And then a little bit of oregano too, and then this will kind of marinate as we prep the rest of the dish. You loathe rain? That is so funny. I was gonna say, you live in like the worst place to loathe rain. Whoa. And yeah, this is like the biggest thing of vinegar ever. This is a red wine vinegar. You got to see the total solar eclipse in Kentucky? I don't think I've ever seen it. I can't remember if we watched it in school or not. Maybe once. I'm not going crazy on the vinegar either. I don't want it like too acidic, right? Still want to be able to taste everything else. Yeah, do not, I would honestly like not recommend people to move to Canada. In its current state of a country. I'd actually, yeah, say go to America first, honestly. And obviously Lauren is there. This looks so yummy already. And I don't know where Mish is, but I picked up some goat feta cheese from Costco. They finally had it again. That is so true. Bonk? That is so, so true. Like, I'll share this scenario that happened to me because I was thinking about it earlier this week. Is in 2012, I was backpacking in Europe. And that was during the summer. And like before I left to Europe, Sam and I were like kind of dating, but we didn't want to get too serious in case like both of our hearts broke when I went to Europe, right? So anyways, I did my like couple months in Europe, and then all of a sudden, like my parents let me know while I was there that when I come home, they're like selling the house and I'll have to like move and decide what I want to do. Well, this was right after I like graduated culinary school, so I didn't really like know what I wanted to do, right? So that really forced me into just like making a decision out of the blue. And the decision that I made was to move away from this spot where I was raised for 23 years, go to Jasper with Sam to work for this summer, and then that ended up us going to Vancouver and like everything else after that, right? So it's so interesting actually how that happens. And then it also goes to show you could always go back to where you were, right? Because now we're back here, not forever. Yes, I have been messaging her. Well, I message Lauren almost like every couple days on Instagram. We chat. It's a little vinegary at the bottom. I'm okay with that though, because I could always just like save that for a dressing. Let's see how it mellows out over this like next hour or so. Currently, it's crunchy and fresh, and I'm happy about that. I did see your care packaged. It looked really cute. Annie, you're already back up to 90k channel points. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna put the oregano and garlic to the side. We might use it again. Let's prep our zucchini. I think we're just gonna make half moons. Cut it into rounds and cut it in half, or this will be faster. You cut it in half first. Put it on the flat side. And then for pan frying, maybe like that thick. 3/4 to 1/2 inch. Don't go too thin because zucchini goes soggy really quick. I'd almost rather have like a crunchy zucchini than a soggy zucchini. Been playing a lot of Star Trek Fleet Command. I've heard of the game, but I've never played it. I don't play like a ton of games. I haven't even touched Disney in like a long while, unfortunately. I was thinking about it this week though. Soggy zucchini is not it, right? Yeah, you gotta think of something, Bonk. Okay, so we're just gonna pop that in a bowl. I chose like one of the smallest zucchinis at the store. I didn't need a ton. I don't know why I brought the oil away. I should have kept it. Let's not go too crazy with the seasoning on this if we're gonna pan fry it. We can kind of get it like marinating though. I will say vegetables like this, like zucchini and squashes and root veggies, if you season them and dress them ahead of time with what you want them to taste like, I find that they cook better and taste better in the end. Yeah, roasting zucchini is hard. You need a very, very hot oven. And then I will say, from like a restaurant and chef standpoint, there's not much zucchini on menus if you think about it, right? It's hard to hold zucchini if you're like using it in a buffet or something like that. It goes soggy so quick. You got this, Blood Oak. Gonna put something on that's not an Udi? I mean, you could go full Sam Amdahl and wear the Udi proud. And you should see the looks that he gets here from the men. Oh my god. It's my favorite. Like physically upset old men in Costco when Sam wears just his chicken nugget Udi with his fuzzy Birkenstocks. They're just jealous. They really are. It's like, yeah, you too could live your life like this. You're just deciding not to. Amp says you should try popcorn butter salt on zucchini. What the heck is popcorn butter salt? How do I get this? That would be good on a lot of things, I feel, not just zucchini. That's all we're gonna do. Salt, pepper, oil. Gonna marinate a bit before we pan fry it with the halloumi. Right, Torino? Oh man, it's my favorite. Okay, zucchini done. Puke and Tom, done. I suppose we can cut the halloumi next. Why not? Get her sliced up. It's popcorn salt, but it's butter flavored instead of cheese flavored. Oh, word, like in the little packet? Redmond salt? And he needs to refill his liter of coffee. I'm just gonna grab a cutting board because this cheese is a little bit juicy. He made 2 pots. I had 0 coffee today. I'm actually really proud of myself. I was feeling like sweaty earlier though, and I hate that feeling. So I didn't think coffee would help the situation. Okay, so there's like the brine that I was talking about. Sometimes there's a little peel thing like this. 2 liters of coffee today? I would die. I can't open it, guys. There. Why do they make the peel thing on the end if it's actually impossible? You ran out of coffee? I didn't even know that was possible. This looks so dang good. I bet you it's not gonna be as salty either as some of the other brands. I need to look more. Did I keep the box? No, I threw it out. Very intrigued by this right now. Okay, so usually I do like, what, 1/3 inch slices? I'm just gonna try this little bit that fell. Can you hear it squeaking? Mmm. It's actually saltier. Squeaky, salty cheese. Okay, so let's not over salt the dish then. I will also show you this. It's like a pressed sort of cheese, so sometimes when you slice it, because they like fold it together and then press it, it might come apart. Don't worry. It'll be okay. That is so much. Yum. And halloumi is good cold, but it's better warm. Was wondering if I would see you this week. Saw you on Discord. Dark Elvin 00. I know him. I went to travel and see him before. I used to call him Ivan because I couldn't read. Thank you for the 6 years in a row, dude. 72 months. What is this stream today? This is wild. 6 years. This lovely human invited us to New York once upon a time. That's where Sam proposed. He brought us bagels in the morning. And just like, yeah, so many memories that I'll never forget. Makes me really want to go traveling again, though. Boom! That was quite the zipper. I got this spinach on sale today for $4.99. It was regular $6.99. I said yes, please. It is from America, though. Product of USA. That's right, Annie. It's okay, maybe we'll have to organize another one, right? Okay, so we're just gonna chop some of this up to bulk out the bowl. Literally just a handful, like that is enough. And then put that in a container. Actually, let me see, Bonk. It says thoroughly washed. It doesn't even say pre-washed. It says thoroughly washed. And we always still pick through because I always find that there's some sneaky soggy bits. Yeah, I'm so bad about that. Is like you just assume the thing in the container is like ready to eat, right? Okay, now I'm just gonna stack some of the leaves together. Do some nice chopping through it. Yeah, it's triple washed. It's like, doesn't that just make it break down faster? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I only washed everything once at the farm. And that stuff was put onto the farm stand. Yeah, we really do trust them, don't we? Annie, thank you very much for that. Do you ever find skinny leaves? Must be slim pickings. That was a great one. For your first introduction back into the dad jokes. And yes, we're gonna use all the stems and everything because the crunch of the stem on the spinach is yummy. As long as it looks good, right? Sometimes it's like brown and weird. You were at TwitchCon in Vegas last year? Yeah, things just did not time out for us last year. And we did not go to TwitchCon. And because it's in San Diego again, I'm not gonna go this year. Because honestly, that was like... I almost died. It was so dang hot. This Canadian needs to stay in cooler places. Okay, a little bit of chopped spinachy. It's nice that spinach can like hold up. You can pre-chop it. And it won't go soggy. Right? Like you guys don't even think it's that hot and I was seriously dying. I don't know if it's because of like I was working in the Arctic. I have no idea. Yeah, it's in September this year. I saw it's gonna be even more, right? Even hotter. Okay, spinach, done. Halloumi, we cut it. Let us... I think we're gonna just switch it up and we're gonna do some cheese scones. Get that done. You had a student contact you a few days ago. She said that she missed your puns in class. It was 12 years ago. That's amazing. See? You left an impact. Puns are powerful. There needs to be a TwitchCon in Canada, Amp? I don't know. It would be like amazing for the Canadian streamers. Maybe it actually would be awesome, right? It's like you don't always need these things to be packed to the brims, right? It'd be a good idea. You remember when I came to eat at the restaurant you work at? Wait, what was that? Now I don't know what's happening. Yeah, we streamed IRL both of them. The first year that we went, was it 2019? I believe it was 2019 when Sam was able to go with us, and we stayed in Oceanside with Graham and Amanda. And then the second year I went, I was just by myself because Sam was working. Yes, yeah, you get grumpy. It's like you just don't really want to see people. It just takes like a lot of energy out of me. And then I feel like I can't like be present with my full self. Okay, so Cookie, thank you for sharing this next recipe with us. You posted it in Discord a few weeks back. What? Wait, so you are rolling in from like Oceanside. We had the tri-tip sandwich and a few things on stream. We did. Yeah, we streamed the market. I love that you guys remember that too. Okay, so a recipe for sourdough discard cheese scones. I would say she's ready. She's looking really nice. You can't like really see the bubbles. They're pretty small still, I find. With the whole wheat flour, the bubbles stay smaller than if you just do all-purpose flour. It's okay though. Still things happening. Okay, so the author says it's only because I have lived in Scotland for so long that I would call these scones instead of biscuits. Because there's like baking powder and stuff in them, right? So some people may argue, oh, it's not like actually a scone. She says, whatever you call them, the sourdough discard pairs perfectly with cheese for a hit of savory, umami deliciousness. I really love cheese biscuits or like any kind of pastry with cheese, so I'm excited to try this. They are a fab quick win recipe, and it's worth having some recipes for discard up your sleeve so that you can use it up instead of it going in the garbage, right? I've been really bad lately when I was feeding my starter. I just haven't felt like really baking and like eating baking, but I have so much discard that I've just been like saving in the fridge to use. Your fam loves this recipe, Cookie. I was gonna do a half recipe for myself just because I don't want a ton of these around. Well, that's not bad. It fits into 12 muffin tins? If it only makes 12 and not 24, then that's not too bad. I could also bring some to my friend tomorrow when I pick her up to go to the farmer's market. I know that she would fox with these. Okay, so we need cheese grated, flour, baking powder, baking soda. So that's what's gonna help the scones rise, as well as a little bit of the starter. We'll do that from the natural yeast. Yes, yeah, things like this. Really anything I find that has butter and flour in it freezes really well. He beat you by a week, Annie? Really? Yeah, all of you were so close together. And how is it 6 years? Just want to say that. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Cut cold butter into pieces, mix it with the dry ingredients, add your grated cheese into there, and then you add your starter and milk into that and bring it all together. And then we're gonna roll it out and cut scones, or we can scoop it and put it in a muffin tin, which I think is actually easier and less messy. Maybe? And then they only bake for about 10 minutes at, they say 180 Celsius. That's like 350 Fahrenheit, right? She said you can add other cheeses as well. Like she used sharp cheddar, but I'm gonna use marble cheese today. Time flies when you're cooking good food. It seriously does. If I was to make like a master list of all the recipes from over the years, hundreds, probably thousands, right? Because when I first started streaming, I was doing 5 times a week. We got a bowl. What's happening out there? And we were much lower tech. Well, yeah, we just started out with webcams and stuff, right? Okay, I'm gonna need the scale because this is how the recipe is measured out. And I am not upset about that at all. We know when we use a scale like this that it's gonna turn out the same every single time. Only one camera I had? Or 2? Did I just start with 1? Guess we could always go back and look the VOD on YouTube. Okay, we want grams. 125 grams of cold butter. Oh, and I bought a couple extra jugs of maple syrup this week from Costco, and I noticed they've already gone up in price. Because last week, Mish shared with us that the Canadian maple syrup year bust 2 years in a row now. So last time I bought maple syrup from Costco, I think the jugs were $12.99. Today they were $15.99. So if I think that's already expensive, I can't even imagine having 2 years back to back, no maple from the sugar bushes because it's been too warm. So I stonked up on that because I've really been liking using maple syrup as a sweetener. Let's see if we got our measurements still. We need 125 grams. 154. Close. Okay, that's 118. Let's just do these couple nubs. You don't have any cake flour, so you're gonna try the trick of mixing cornstarch with pastry flour. I only had this scary look, and it wasn't even like for what you're doing. It was more for what I've done before with pastry or cake flour. There was this one time I really wanted to make pancakes, but I ran out of AP flour, and I was like, oh, I just have cake flour. I mean, it's pancakes. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, don't use cake flour in pancakes. We're just gonna cut this into some smaller pieces. Let's just say there was nothing cake about those pancakes. Yeah, it just like, it was a more of a crepe, if you will. Flat as a pancake, as some people like them. I hate when butter sticks to this wooden board. Actual pet peeve. Creping ain't easy. I don't even want to know the amount of crepes that both Sam and myself have made over the years. Too many. So the one spot that we worked together for a while, there was both a savory and a sweet crepe on the menu. I've never made a gluten-free crepe, but I can imagine using buckwheat flour might work. Why was that like the first thing that came to my mind? I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna wash the butter. Partial way through the first year of streaming, I got a second cam. What? Good job going to look for it, Greek. Yes, buttermilk pancakes, nom. You guys know I like my fluffy pancakes. Okay, we're gonna now measure flour. 230 grams. They just say plain flour, so let's use the all-purpose. There's a Vaughn that's like that? Amazing. Oh yeah! I've always wanted to make that too, actually. A crepe cake. 230 grams. Oh! Perfection. I'm just gonna tap that out. And then I'll scoop out whatever's too much. The last bits of the bag, I got 248 grams. So we'll just take out a little bit with our flour scoop. I think there's like someone that has a home bakery that keeps buying all of this brand of all-purpose flour. Because some weeks, the shelf is full. And then like the last 2 weeks, there's been none. So I really don't know what to think. Like 2 weeks without this brand of flour? That's wild. Okay, baking powder and soda. Don't go back and watch that, Annie. The amount of stress, the amount of disruption to my nervous system that food processor caused. So we need half a teaspoon of baking soda. Looks good. And then 1 tablespoon of the very magical baking powder. Let me just do a little more than that. Bam. And then we need salt. Hello, Tony Montana. Yeah, we haven't made anything Mediterranean for a while. I'm excited for this one today. It said half a teaspoon of salt. Just did a pinch or so. And now I think we mix this all together with our hands. Maybe before we get messy, I'm actually gonna grate the cheese first. So we gotta measure out how much cheese. Always, Annie. We need 150 grams of cheesy cheese. Got some flour on my finger, that feels weird. These are gonna make the house smell so dang good. Grated Gouda? Yum. You bought a set of hook and latch plastic containers. Got your salt in the smallest one on the countertop. Ooh, those are nice. The other ones that I like are like the wooden salt and pepper containers. Let's see this. 109? That's not heckin' enough. Oh no, this is gonna be so hard to grate this. Okay, let me cut it on an angle so I get an actual chunk. Boom. Wash off the knife so the cheese doesn't get stuck on. You have to use glass canisters because of mice problems. Yeah, they'll eat through the plastic. That is one thing I will say, living here, there's not been like anything gross like that. And I haven't even seen, like, I don't want to jinx myself, I'll knock on the cutting board, but I haven't even seen like one bug. Other than a couple of fruit flies, there's been no spiders, literally nothing. Dealing with mice though, ugh. As a chef, it's like the bane of your existence, right? If you see it around the food. Blood Oak, you're back, you made it. Once you found a plastic container of vegetable oil, oh, gross. Something about the oil though, I will say, they really like the fatty things. Ants are bad. There's a lot of bugs actually that are really bad. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs that can get in your pantry and your house that can just cause havoc. You guys get the Argentine ants there? That's where the phrase piss ants comes from? I didn't know that actually. I've heard of this. Nice, Annie. Another coloring that I seen someone use recently that was so nice, she used it for like Valentine's as sort of like a purpley pink, was dragon fruit powder. And my goodness, what a natural, like, nice natural dye. Hate versus KitchenAid, don't. I think the funniest one of that, though, was the time where I was like, it won't work. And then Sam's like, did you plug it in? 'Cause there's always those ones, too. Yeah, it was so vibrant. She made like dragon fruit colored focaccia loaves and stuff for a bake sale. Let's just put this cheese in a container for now, because it's not going in the bowl just yet. And bring a measuring cup over to mix up a little bit of like buttermilk. We'll make some with milk and vinegar. Yeah, you'll know when I'm defeated, that's for sure. Hello, thank you very much for the follow, Reflex. You were gifted a subby here today, I believe. Welcome in. Really? That's an interesting story, the shrimp shells. The ants go after the shrimp shells. They're just like the cleanup crew, right? They're like, oh, you need this taken care of? Allow me. They're just trying to do their job, guys. Right off of Orange Grove Boulevard? Please tell me there was an Orange Grove. Okay. 120 grams of milk. I think I'll do like 110 and then do 10 grams of vinegar. That was almost too much. Nice thing about this spout. Take 5 grams out. Haha. It used to be orange groves, now it's all developed. 20 years ago. That's so wild. Okay, we got to 122. Let's just give that a little swirl. Let that sit while we mix the butter into all the dry goods. I think we're done with all this. Oh, other than the starter. So let's actually keep it. So we need to measure out 200 grams of the starter. Yeah, just visit California, Bonk. You don't want to live there. We'll say I've had a lovely time every time I visited. And it actually was really nice to be able to leave. Vancouver's insanely expensive. There's a reason why I haven't lived there since 2017. Okay, so in this bowl, underneath we have butter cubed, and then we have flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. Now we're gonna work the butter into the flour. Yes, the money Mexican food. Seriously, like, the best Mexican food I've ever had was in California. Holy Samo, they're working on the truck again. So Samo, he went out to the water truck this morning, and like being in the Arctic, you always have to have your vehicles running, right? They don't often get shut off because it's hard for them to get started once it gets really cold. He goes out to the water truck this morning and it's just off and dead. And well, one thing about a water truck is if you let it die and it gets cold, all of the water that's sitting in the back of the tank can maybe freeze. So they got it like all fixed up now, but what the heck now? You have a friend that lives in the Vancouver suburbs and the house is $1.5 million for a tiny. Mm-hmm. Axle leaks? Well, that's not good. Can't be driving around with that going into the environment. So we're really just trying to flake the butter into the flour. And that's what gives us a really nice fluffy scone or biscuit, whatever you want to call it. This is almost good for us to put the liquids in. Oh, realtors got slapped with a lawsuit, Bonk? Wild. Okay. See how that looks? There's no like big pieces of butter. First things first, before the liquid goes in, put the cheeses. Done. And just kind of fluff that around so it doesn't all stick together. Get it coated a bit with the flour. Cheesy cheese cookie. Always a good day for cheese. Okay, I think the easiest way for us to mix the starter and the milk in is to put the starter into here and then pour it all together. Let me just wash my hands. Oh, nice. Now you're just gonna go and feel for the rest of the day while they're fixing. So much flour and butter to rinse off. And then since we're almost done with these, let's turn on the oven. 350 Fahrenheit. I think it rose more even since last time we looked at it. Look at that. She's pretty thick. So we always stir up the starter when we go to use it. I just want to show you guys like actually how nice she is getting. Those gluten strands, baby. And so this process is fermenting, guys. And fermented foods are really good for us. And a lot of people that have problems eating wheat are able to eat wheat when it's been fermented. So that's what I've been trying out with this. And honestly, so far so good. I will say the first day that I ate flour and like we baked something together, I got a little bit like itchy on my wrist, which is what usually happens. I'll get like hives on my wrist, up my arm, and then on my ankles and up my legs. I was like, oh no, Sam. But ever since that first time, I've been fine. So that's really interesting to me. So we need 200 grams of this. $2.04, sure. Scrape all that goodness back down. And then I've also been trying to go like 2 days in between my feedings for this starter. And it's been working really good. Yeah, I always use about half of the starter, Annie, and then feed it again. So like today I'll have to feed her, right? Because we used some of it. And there's not as much food to feed off of. So I'll probably do this right before bed. Did I name this starter Seymour? No, it's Goldilocks number 4. The first Goldilocks was actually made in Vancouver from wort from the brewery. I was like, I wonder if I could make starter from the wort, because we were working at the brewery at the time, and it actually worked really good. So that's why she was called Goldilocks. Because I think it was from like a golden ale or something that they brewed. How do I keep the container clean when it's just the same container for a long time? I don't know. Some people say that they like switch out the container every time. I've seriously used that container since I started the starter in it. And yeah, as long as you are like clean with your hands, because I will be honest, like I will use my finger sometimes to wipe the starter down the side. And like to me, that's like adding your own like kind of yeast to it, right? Some people are like, oh, don't like put your fingers in there. That'll like mess it up. Nope. As long as you take good care of it, I think everything stays clean and it doesn't go moldy. And you also have to like use your senses, right? Like I'm always smelling the starter every time I open it. And I will say, like, when the starter first came together, it smelled gross. Like it almost kind of smelled a bit rotten when it starts to ferment, right? And those yeast start working. But about a week later, it starts to smell nice and sour and like bready. And you're like, wow, it actually is working. You got highs from Novocaine? Whoa. Okay, so you just mix that into the milk because I thought that would be the best way to add this in here. And I'm probably gonna use a spatula mostly to mix it together. And we don't want to over mix this and work too much gluten because then you'll have a tough product when you bake it. No, Oak, you went to the store and it was closed because they closed early. Is there anything in the house that you can eat? I wish I could send you my box of Lipton chicken noodle soup. Drone delivery straight to the Netherlands. This smells nummy, guys. Whoa, it's kind of messy. I like it though. Scrape that off. I was gonna say that, Annie. I was like, now would be a good time, like, if you had neighbors. But, like, I was just thinking, we're not really close with any of our neighbors. Okay, now I'm gonna, like, cut this. Cut it a bit to get the dry bits mixed in. And it's not gonna overwork the gluten. I think I know one lady near me that I can knock on her door and that she'd actually like open it. Because there was this one time I was coming home from like getting groceries or something. And like she offered me her food delivery because her daughter ordered her the wrong thing. But at that time I wasn't eating wheat and it was like all wheat stuff. So I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't take it from you, but, like, knock on the door beside me because there's a university student. So I don't know if she did or not. But that's about it. Okay, this looks good, guys. See how there's not really any dry bits? It's like, that is such a stark contrast to, like, how I grew up. It's like, you could go knock on any neighbor's door and they would help you no matter what, right? What? That's so nice. One of your neighbors is your sister. And you have a WhatsApp group? That is so handy. Okay, so they said you could either roll these out or just scoop them in a muffin tin. I think we're just gonna scoop them in a muffin tin. I'm excited to try that. So I got one here. Hello, boss man. What's on the menu right now? We are making some sourdough cheese scones. And we'll be rolling into a Mediterranean fried halloumi bowl in a bit. Nike, 8 months, no caffeine. That's where you're at? Holy dude. I go through phases. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this scoop. And like usually when you're making muffins, you do about 3/4 full. And it's okay if these look like kind of scraggy. You guys know what I mean when I say that? Because when they start to bake, they will even out. Scraggy? Scraggy like Shaggy? I used to love watching that show. That one's kind of small. Put it back in there and just add a bit more. This dough is quite firm, I will say. That's how it feels, but if you've ever made scones or biscuits, you know that the dough is like that. So do not worry. Are we gonna have like one extra? We'll probably just fill up the other ones the rest of the way. Divvy it up, because I'm not taking a muffin tin for one. Yeah, super huge muffins like the Costco ones. I still eye them up every time I go because I loved those when I was young. I can imagine they are not the same anymore though. I've not even seen a muffin tin that big. In like all of the restaurants I've worked at, I've never seen a massive muffin tin like that. Those like specially made for Costco. You could probably even just give these all a little squish if you wanted. Wipe the rest of that out. The typical baker's dozen, hey Cookie? 12 for everyone else, 1 for the baker to try. That really is like the best baking recipes do have that amount. Definitely soak that bowl because it's pretty sticky. Five small boxes just got delivered of Lego. Sweet. I really like that game actually. Sam's excited to play it when he's back. It's out finally. Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, I'm just gonna give all of these one little press down. And was that the oven beeper that I heard in the background? These only bake for 10 minutes. I mean, it says 10, it might be closer to 15. Let's see. Oh, that feels nice and warm. I think they're ready to go in. You don't have any more space left for big sets in your apartment, but the Lego etch was real, so you had to buy something, or you had to build something. Yeah, we don't really have that much space either. It's like after the RC car, I don't know. Okay, guys. I'll set a 10-minute timer. We'll put this in the middle rack of the oven. Actually, I think I'm gonna set a 7-minute, sorry. A 7-minute, because I feel like these are gonna bake closer to 15 minutes, and then we'll just rotate that tray halfway through. So while we're waiting, I think we're gonna get our quinoa into a pot and cooking on the stove top. We should add some seasoning to the quinoa, because I find it's really bland if you don't do that. I thought we would use a little bit of like a veggie broth just in with the water with it. Something is better than nothing. And yeah, I always cook my quinoa like rice. So 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of liquid. The only thing I don't ever do is toast the quinoa before adding the water. I love it, Blood Oak. Okay, 1 cup of this. I'll just grab a plastic one. Then we can use the water in it. Yeah, we have way more Lego sets than we could ever like set up in the house. It's kind of funny. Quinoa is a grain, but it also has a pretty good amount of protein in it, which is why a lot of vegetarians will eat it. Okay, so my veggie broth, this is from like Germany. Let's see if I can open the actual lid on this to show you what it looks like. I seriously just call it veggie broth because that's what it tastes like to me. So I'll just put a spoonful of that in there and let it cook together. Like that. You can like see all the chunks of the veggies too, which I really like. We don't really sell the sets that we build. We more sell sets that have retired. But I get what you're saying, yeah. Okay, water. And then we'll cook this until all of the water is gone. Usually a medium heat on the stovetop. You're eating your 4th meal of the day already? What is it? I don't think I'm gonna go on that big burner back there. It's too big for this little pot. That looks good. Okay. Medium heat on, and maybe we'll give it a little stir. I got up at 7 today and I had a like ham and cheese egg breakfast bite and just like a little hash brown patty before I went shopping at 7:30, and then when I came home I made like my yogurt and fruit parfait bowl because I haven't had that all week and that was so good. Mr. Rebel says the food looks great. He'd love to try the cheese muffins. He knows the cheese. You woke up at 5 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep? That's funny. So lately I've been getting up at like 4 a.m. because I drink a lot of water, right? So I always have like a mid-sleep bathroom break. And Sam has been getting up at the exact same time as me like all week. I was like, yeah, I was up at 4 a.m. again. He's like, me too. He's like, we gotta stop doing this. Okay, quinoa's on. We have to make our herb dressing still. So let's work on that. And then the only other thing that we have to finish cooking before we plate is fry the halloumi cheese and zucchini in a frying pan. You love fruit parfaits, Val? Yes. I always make sure I have the ingredients. Matthew Vick, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, 5 a.m. club by choice or not by choice. There's lots of times where I'll get up at 6. And it's like, well, I'm already up. I might as well just like stay up, right? Okay, herb dressing. I have sour cream, some fresh herbies for once in our life, parsley and basil, white rice, 2 packs of Thai chili tuna, and some almonds. That's a very healthy snack. Very balanced. Also not surprising that Michael would be eating that. Maybe you'll just use the immersion blender in a little cup for this. I'm very excited for this basil. That's like a whole dang plant they put in there. Lucky we don't pay by weight. Because I'd be complaining about how much stem they're selling us. I find basil pretty strong. So let's do like 4 leaves. My timer for the scones is going off, guys. That's 7 minutes already gone. Let's peek. Oh, they look so good. They like are so puffy already. I'm gonna go another 5, let's say, and then we'll check it then. They're puffing up, they're sizzling. Things are happening. Okay, sounds good, Annie. For sure, post some pics. Guys, Annie's making a red velvet cake for his niece's birthday. Bye, Annie. Thank you so much for everything. So good to have you back. Am I a professional complainer? What is with this person? I was gonna say, I swear I've seen this name before. Who is this guy, Cookie? I've seen this name around. Someone want to get got? I'd love for these people to say those things to me in person. We'd know that that would never happen. Hi, Mom. Happy Easter. Happy Good Friday. Hope you and Dad are doing good. Yeah, I've seen that name before, though, Cookie. Matthew Vick? I'm just tearing up the basil leaves a little bit so that it doesn't get really caught around the blender. I really try to not complain, like, too much while I'm streaming, I will say that. It's like, no one wants to listen to that all day. But when we are, like, having a heated discussion about something that we've all noticed, I don't find that's complaining. Sharing an opinion is not complaining. Maybe Michael Vick? No, I've seen that name before. Yeah, Torino just said it right there. Thank you very much for saying that. Oh, yes, that football player. Okay, so we need some sort of acid for this to make a dressing. Let me actually look. I kind of like messed up. I should have bought lemons today for the dressing, but I didn't. Let's see in the recipe what they used. Yeah, they used lemon juice. I'm just gonna use some apple cider vinegar today. And then let's not forget to put a little bit of garlic in here. Let's do fresh garlic, actually. And our dried dill. Sunny girl, thanks for the follow. They started it last weekend, Michael? Okay, so I'm not like crazy, right? Okay, and then Vograx, how you been? Nice, Mom. I feel like you just resubbed and it's already been a month. That's so crazy. My mom is resubbing. Nice. We are at the 4-year anniversary together. Thanks for the 48 months in a row. I'm gonna say this 1 clove of garlic fresh will be more than we need for this bit of dressing today. One thing about fresh garlic is it can be really overpowering and it gets like stronger as it sits in things, so keep that in mind. Just give this a smash so we can peel it. Okay, so what Vograx said, there's a show in Norway where you had people trolling and being toxic with celebrities on Facebook. Went undercover with a fake invasion to participate in a game show. And they met face to face. Were they embarrassed or what? Yeah, they became a lot more humble. Okay, Annie. Good luck out there. Good luck out there on a Good Friday. I didn't even know this sour cream didn't even get opened. It's just sitting in the fridge. I should have roasted up some potatoes. It's true. Yeah, you've been watching longer than that, Mom. Okay, that was our 5 minutes on the scones. Let's have a peek. As well, the quinoa is boiling. I think I'm gonna temp these. We're gonna look for 205 Fahrenheit, but look at those. They're not like super browned, but they look amazing. So let me just pop them over here because it's hot. See if they are baked, and then we can get the oven off. Nope, they are not baked. We're only at 140 inside. So the 10-minute timing is not accurate. Back in. Let's do another 7. They were embarrassed, Vograx, and apologetic. Like, would you actually assume that they meant it too, right? Okay, before I put the sour cream in, because it's so dang thick, I'm gonna put the apple cider vinegar. We might thin it out with like a little bit of olive oil. And our dill. Some dried dill. Because I wasn't going to buy fresh dill if I had dried in the house to use up. That was our last herb of the trio. Bonk is back. Were you scrounging snacks, Bonk? Okay. Apple cider vin or lemon juice? I think the lemon juice would be really good. I should have picked up the lemons because they were 4 lemons for $3 this week. I thought was a pretty good price. That's okay though. The other one I was thinking is like literally just a small amount of water to help this blend. It just has to be very cold water. You made a cheese plate? Yummo. Got Kalamata and Castrovillano olives, some bread and butter, chipotle garlic cloves? Whoa. Totally, Vograx. I am with you on that one. I don't get it either. It's like, I don't have time to go do that in my life, so the fact that other people do, I guess all the power to them, right? And we carry on. They're just trying to get attention. That's really it. Okay, I put a little water in there. Let's see how this is gonna mix up here. I'm gonna use the mini boat motor. Sometimes when I go to twist this on now, it doesn't go on as nice. Hello? What is going on here? Got it. It was user error, I'm pretty sure. This is either gonna work or it's not. Let's just say that. I just gave it like a little stir. And then really low power. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, you won't really see it as I'm blending because we're right underneath. That's gonna work so good. Just don't splash it everywhere. In my mind, whenever you make a dressing like this with the fresh herbs, it's like, I always call it a fresh herb ranch. So it kind of tastes like that. We're going for it. Okay, there's still some leafy bits. I'm gonna stop there. Just gonna unplug it while I pick this out. Sometimes that'll happen, like the blades will try to wrap around, or sorry, the herbs will try to wrap around the blade. Just pick it back out and it'll blitz it back up. It's usually the stem of the herb that it'll get caught on. Okay, so we haven't added like any seasoning to this. Is this gonna fall if I leave that there? I don't think so. Let's taste it. Looks like the quinoa is almost done, guys. Yeah, I just added a little bit of cold water to this sour cream just to get it like blendable. And now we can add more sour cream that the herbs are broken down. The acid in it is not like overpowering, which I think I actually like for this dish. I don't want it too acidic. But for sure, let's add some salt and pepper. We have 30 seconds on the timer. And yes, Vograx, whenever you make a dressing like this with the fresh herbs versus the dried, holy, the flavors. You're like, wow, I've never tasted anything like this before. Nike, I do like pina coladas, and I don't mind getting caught in the rain. Okay, scone timer. Now hopefully done. I hear less sizzling now, and as well there's a little bit of like browning of cheese action. So let me temp them again. And I'm thinking they're gonna be great. 196. All I'm gonna do, guys, is just turn off the oven and leave them in there for 5 minutes to finish up, and then we can take them out. 5 minutes. Come over here for a sec. Things are happening. This is called multitasking. Our quinoa is like almost cooked. Usually when it gets to this point, I'll just give it a little stir. And then probably same thing. Just turn off that burner and let it steam out the rest of the way. Because we don't want soggy quinoa. We want fluffy quinoa. So if you take that off, keep the lid on, we'll let it finish over there. Cookie, you also had to bake it longer than what they said. I would say it's like double the 10-minute timing that they shared with us. That's okay though. That's why we always try different things out, right? Excuse me. I already have the garlic burps from our one taste of the dressing. You made tacos last Sunday with fresh ingredients. You still have to make another round of tacos. But it won't be as good with the veggies being close to a week old. Yeah, it's true, right? When things are really, really fresh. I don't want a super thick dressing, but I also don't want a really runny dressing either. So let's start to dial this in. We added seasonings and more sour cream. Go more. And then if you want the dressing really green, blend it till it's smooth, right? And the herbs will make it green. But I like to see the herbs in there kind of chopped up. I usually don't blend it too much more than this. Morky from Orky, thank you for the follow. Look, the herbs are still getting caught around there. Let's have another taste. Norwegian taco is kind of weird. You just add taco powder to minced meat that you fry up, and all sorts of raw veggies to it wrapped in tortilla. That's like, yeah, I was gonna say, that's not really a weird taco. That sounds like a Tex-Mex version, let's say. Hey, Bonk. The white people taco is what we usually call it. Okay, now that we added more sour cream, we just need more seasoning. But the flavor itself is really nice and fresh. Mmm. I love the flavor of the basil. Ah! Don't fall. Nike's dead. Please, no dying. No dying allowed here. Thank you. Okay, one last blitz. Let's do this. It's not even 2 p.m. Did someone slow down the time today or something? What is going on? I've made a lot of this dressing in my life for a restaurant. When we had a really yummy Cobb salad on the menu, this was the dressing that we served with it. Man, you know how excited I got for white people tacos when I was young? Because that's all I knew, right? We didn't really have like any legit Mexican food other than Taco Bell and Taco Time until I think the taqueria that I helped open became a thing. So that was like 2012. So yeah, there was no real Mexican food here until 2012, you guys. So now you know. And then after that, I was like broken, right? Mind blown. Our timer for the scones finishing just went off. Yum. We'll pop that back here to cool, and then I thought we would have a little fresh scone with our salad. Okay, one last taste of this goodness. Should be perfect. That's true, Cookie. Yeah, most Tex-Mex is not real Mexican. But some places do prepare their Tex-Mex very well with fresh ingredients. And that's always enjoyable. Mmm. That may be one of the best ones I've made. Just a little kiss of fresh garlic at the end. And you know that's gonna taste way better tomorrow. Any dressing, sauce, casserole. It's always better the next day. Okay, we'll do a little cleanup. I think we'll just leave that out, since we'll be using it momentarily. There's money to be made in Norway? Okay, I need to scroll up. Norway has no Mexican food. You only have McDonald's, Burger King, Domino's, basic burger and pizza stuff. I keep saying I want to go to Finland because one of Sam's bosses is from there and like owns a town there. So I say that I want him to buy me a bakery so we can all go retire there because he used to be a baker. I'm bugging him. I went traveling with my salt and pepper, don't judge me. I got too excited. I would love to visit Norway. Another place, like anywhere in Scandinavia I go, I don't know if I'll ever leave. That's the problem. Why do you think Sam's never brought me to Germany? I gave him the warning already. Like, you bring me there, we're not going back to Canada. Norwegians are really conservative when they come to food, though. You have the stuff you grew up with and are used to, and you mostly just stick with that. I could honestly understand that. You've had the same cheese for like 100 years. Right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of thing. I could totally understand that. Yeah, maybe it's not a forever like brick and mortar place, but like Bonk's saying, if we showed up there with the commissary truck, I'm sure people would be intrigued because it's something new. I switched that to the wrong scene. We're cooking, guys. It's cooking time. There's our quinoa. Yeah, it actually did fluff back up. And I would rather have a quinoa that has a couple crunchy bits in it still than quinoa that's overcooked and really mushy. So that's usually how I cook mine. Al dente, let's say. And I'm just gonna actually let some of that steam start to come out a bit. Pop that there, and let's get a frying pan. Medium heat. It's kind of warm in here. I'm gonna turn on the fan. And then let's do some olive oil. The grocery stores there have small shelves for posh cheese like brie. That's crazy. Like, I think just in Costco today, there was like 4 different types of brie cheeses they had to choose from. Okay, grab the cheese. So there's our cheese slices that we're gonna fry up. And then we also are gonna sneak in the pan. I'm gonna give these a little toss around. Some zucchini. Zucchini is how I usually say it. I don't know why. I just leave the Z and we start with the U. Brie is about to be extinct, so it's actually not. They have to adjust the strain of bacteria. How does bacteria go extinct? That's kind of crazy to think, though. Or yeah, some Europeans will call the zucchini courgette. That's like our eggplants. They call it aubergine. Our bell peppers, they'll just usually call it capsicum. These are things I've learned over the years, both like streaming and working in restaurants with people from different countries. I'm grabbing some tongs as well. I think last time we fried the halloumi, we just like flipped it over with a fork. Let's see how it goes. I'm not too concerned. We'll wait for that to get nice and hot. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna put my thawing items into the fridge. We can take out some things for plating. Our spinach, our tomato cucumber salad. The tri-tip, it's feeling good. It's still pretty hard, but I mean, we're grinding it tomorrow. I've never ground a tri-tip, and I think that's like, might be against the rules. But Sam told me to, so I'm doing it. In Norway, you call the bell peppers paprika. See, it's like different everywhere. I think I'll fry the zucchini first, and then we'll do the halloumi last. Let's test a piece. Oh, it's warm. Whoa! So it's a little bit like spitty. Ooh, this is not my favorite right now. There's just a lot of extra oil in there. It's just really spitty because the zucchini was marinated a bit. I'm just gonna pour this into a bowl. And so the little bit of liquid that the salt drew out from the zucchini is really making the oil splatter. So let's just not have that happen. And reconvene. Okay, back to business. I already knew that my stovetop was gonna be destroyed from frying the halloumi today, so we're just going like full commitment here on the destruction of oil. We can also say, like, I don't pan fry stuff too often, hey? I more like roast things, and this is probably why. So you can see that little bit of water there. That's what's splashing. Nice, you call it zucchini there too? So that one's the same, that's funny. And it's true, Cookie, the splatter guards, they do help a little bit if you pan fry a lot at home. But yeah, I don't find that I pan fry too often. I don't think I need one. You have a Greek diner nearby that used to make moussaka? One of my favorites, but the food gone downhill, so you gotta make it yourself. I freaking love moussaka so much. Guys, I'm just gonna pour out this stuff from the zucchini bowl, and we can put it back in there once it's cooked. Save on dishes. I'm just gonna have a peek. Nice, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So now we'll start flipping them. We're only gonna flip them once. And we want it to look speckled like that. That's how you get really good flavor on there too. Ah. Are these difficult to flip because they're so small? A bit. Am I being really particular how I'm cooking them? Yes. I could also just like toss the pan, right, and not care. So if you guys ever wonder like how chefs cook in a restaurant, it's this. Like if you go out somewhere expensive to eat, these are the things. Like I'd be using tweezers, not a fork. But like this is how some of your vegetable side dishes are cooked, with this much attention. So when you complain about the price of a dish, just know what you're complaining about. What did I not notice? Sammy requested it for his meal request? Oh shoot, I didn't see it. Nice. Thanks for making me notice it. So we gotta make that when you come home? Maybe we'll use up the rest of the ground tri-tip for it. Yeah, instead of flipping the zucchini, can you just like toss it in a pan and I'll pay less for the dish? I like it. Okay, so it's starting to get soft. I can feel it, like where the seeds are. I'm just gonna flip the pan because sometimes it cooks uneven. I'm gonna take this one out and try it. Whoa! I left without the zucchini. Hello. I did save some, both the broth and I froze the soy egg stuff. They're really hot, but that's good. Like al dente, I would say. Into the bowl. You don't have to worry about keeping those hot unless you really want to eat them hot. Okay. Am I a bit concerned about the little bit of stuff in there? Maybe. I'll just grab a spatula. A spatula and give her a scrape. Not bad at all. Alright, now we'll pour the olive oil for the cheese back in. Oops. And back onto medium heat. Five days left? You still haven't heard if you're staying extra sambo? Moussaka is like one of my favorites. Yet it is. I'm so excited for that. I've made it before too, and yeah, it is so, so good. Yeah, if he is home next Thursday, Cookie, that'll be the shortest stint he's ever done up north. It'll only be 2 weeks. And like lately he's been doing 4, right? So it's like, whoa. Okay, this seems really hot, guys. Don't overcrowd the pan when you're frying the halloumi. Don't make it hard to flip and then you'll like burn the cheese. And yes, it'll splatter, so watch your arms. Press that one back together. And then just get a plate to put this onto when it's done. Holy, the steam coming out of there. I think that's good for now. And we just fry it on each side until it's nice and golden brown. Hi, Walter Melon. How are you doing? Going a little bit higher heat. It's okay if it sticks a bit, it will release when it's ready to flip. Do not fret. Yeah, paneer. I picked up paneer once when I couldn't find halloumi. And it just was not the same for this kind of dish. But paneer is great to like fry and then toss in a sauce. Yeah, we need some higher heat here. It doesn't have to be like really dark brown either. And then I always find when you fry halloumi like this, it kind of tastes like popcorn. It gets really nutty. You're at the airport? Fun. Is this for a fun adventure? Hello, Suzanne. How was your week? The camera like can't even focus on it. Hello, Wi-Fi? Anyone? Just surprising your mom for her birthday, so it is a fun adventure. Good job. I'm sure she's gonna love that. Don't ruin the surprise, everyone. This halloumi like fries up way softer than the other brand I used before. It seems way better. Like, look at that. Halloumi week is good. I love it. Totally qualifies. We are all good over here. Thanks for asking. Okay, and then I'll just throw these last couple pieces of cheese in the pan while we're plating to finish up. Nom? Nom. And that's it. There goes one brick. The steam that comes out of it when you first drop it in, that's wild looking. Boom. Just pop that on there. We gotta taste our quinoa still. We haven't tried the quinoa. We are just assuming that it's yummy. So we cooked the quinoa just with some veggie broth. Let's see how she actually tastes. Yeah, that's true Greek. I didn't mention that. Halloumi shrinks up quite a bit. Mmm. It just tastes like veggie soup. Or like chicken broth. That is so dang good, the quinoa. What the heck? You dreamed you were buying burrata cheese. You've never tried it? I was talking about burrata today on stream because I saw it at the store today. Front and center. Your dreams are either food or work related. That is actually adorable. Okay, so how I'm gonna plate this, kind of keep everything in separate components. Or you could have used the quinoa as like a base if you wanted. Are these good to flip yet? Not yet. Next one I want to put is the chopped spinach because I want the little bit of heat from the quinoa to like soften the spinach where we pop it. Put a little pile over there. And you kind of want to play with the colors and stuff too, right? Is it really good? Burrata is better than mozzarella. Yeah, it is insane. Let's just say the first time I was ever in Italy, I was still in high school. I was there for like a soccer thing. I played a lot of soccer when I was young. But anyways, I tried burrata because we were like staying in this commune where this family would cook for us every day, like after our soccer training. They gave us burrata one time. I almost got sick off of it. I ate so much burrata. Oh my gosh, the stomach ache I had. I couldn't stop though. Like once you pop, you can't stop. Okay. Tomato cucumber salad, which I thought was like a little bit acidic earlier, but is probably gonna be really good to go with all the flavors with the quinoa and the spinach now. It's okay if a little of the juices, I think, go on the plate too. I didn't put any olives, but I have olives. Do you guys want olives? You can tell me now. Thanks, Michael. A few, yes? Okay. We will just finish getting our halloumi on here. We're like even amount of votes for olives, yes or no. I can take a photo with or without. And then don't forget, guys, we still have our yummy sauce. And I will say this brand, if you ever see it in the store, Pillar Grove Estate, amazing. The quality of olives. I just want to put a few in with the tomato cucumber because I think that'll be so good. And I am like an olive fiend. Like, you think I'm joking when I say that? But my grandma used to buy me and another one of my girl cousins, we both love olives. She used to buy it for Christmas, just like jars of olives for us. And we'd be happy. Nice, Michael. Thank you very much for the resub, dude. Being part of our community. It finally popped up. Yeah, 3 months in a row. Better late than never. It finally worked. We need more light in here, guys. The sun is setting. Okay, I want to like move some of this just over this way a bit. Fill in that white space, and then I'm gonna drizzle this more like just around this area and maybe a bit over the halloumi. Maybe we'll just go in a circle with our dressing. I'm gonna start with not too much dressing because I don't want it to be soggy, but we can always add more as we're eating it, right? You like black olives on pizza, green olives on Greek salad, but you never eat either one like on their own. That is funny, yet it is. I've actually converted Sam over the years. When I first met him, he hated olives. But now he'll eat them with me no problem, which I find really funny. You just gotta like know which ones are actually good. That looks okay with the sauce. I don't love how it looks. I don't know why I don't love it. Maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe we just needed a bit more light in our life. It's just super dark in here all the time. That's okay. You can't help that one. Or the sauce needs to be a bit thicker, right? So it would hold its place. Whew! I definitely heated it up in here though. We warmed it up today. Okay, I want to try quinoa with a little bit of this. The quinoa is still warm, so it like really soaked up those flavors. And then I'm definitely gonna get into our cheesy cheese. Thanks, Michael. It's so salty and squeaky. That means it's like really good to eat with other stuff, right? And it seriously tastes like buttered popcorn when it's fried. Has anyone else found that? Zucchini, spinach quinoa. Let's try that. Mmm. That cheese is like the most buttery, salty cheese out there in my mind. Halloumi. The other thing I really like making dishes like this, there's like a contrast of fresh and cooked ingredients. Like there's so many different textures. And like, imagine if we sprinkled some feta on there too. Would have been insane. I thought one cheese was enough though. For that bite. Okay, who that was here today wants to make this for themselves? I'm seriously gonna crush this after stream. And with the like yummy flavor of the cheese, I'm not like missing protein, you know? I'm not missing the protein. I think I'll be really full after this. The only thing with all the veggies is you're not gonna stay as full, so you'll have to eat again sooner. That's about it. I know, I really wished Mish came in today. Because I even purchased feta. Oh no! The one scone I'm like trying to take out of the tin was stuck, but I got it, don't worry. Sourdough cheese scone and or biscuit. Look at how fluffy it is. Like, I need more butter on that. That's just me. But it's not dry by any means. I'm just like a butter muffin kind of gal, you know? I gotta stop saying you know. I'm gonna stop right now. Sometimes I find like content creators get onto this one saying and we just say it over and over until you catch yourself. That with butter, I would even like give it a little toast. I like how it like sticks into your cheeks. That might be part of the whole wheat flour in the starter. Definitely tastes like something grandma would make though. That is one of my favorite quotes ever. I always would say it at work. It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. Okay, we're looking. We got Lala back on painting the bus. Could be a fun one again. No, it's not gluten-free. It's not gluten-free starter. So I started eating wheat again, but eating it fermented. So like having a starter and then using that in your baked goods. And then they say like people that have digestive issues eating wheat, if you try to eat it fermented, will be better for you. So that's what I've been trying to do, and I will say there's been no hiccups, which is wild to me. Because I was like off of wheat for probably a year straight, and that was so hard. You were in there earlier, Greek? Yeah, we're gonna go raid Lala again. Because that was so much fun. I do see Bubs is on as well. But we'll probably like see him on the weekend some other day. So I think I'll save raiding him for like a Saturday or a Sunday. I don't know Lala's schedule yet. Yes, good one, Cookie. Buckwheat is an option for those that want to go fully gluten-free. They developed sourdough based on fermented rice? Cool. Friends, we'll be back tomorrow. Cooking up more deliciousness. Excuse me, Belcher approval for the chef, thank you. What do we got on the go tomorrow? I'm grinding tri-tip. But what am I making with it? Oh yeah, cottage pie. Another epic casserole to finish off winter. Okay, so cottage pie stream tomorrow. And then we're going to be mixing up dough for sourdough hot cross buns to bake on Sunday morning for Easter. So stay tuned for that. We'll be live at 11 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, we're even gonna grind our meat tomorrow on stream. So if you like that, hope to see you then. Guys, I just want to say this was one of the craziest streams in a long time. Thank you to everyone who contributed, like first thing in the first 20 minutes of this stream. Just thank you. Like, we're 40% of the way through our next bit goal, and I'm pretty sure we started at 10% today. Wild. All the long resubs as well. Thank you, my people. Part of the kitchen crew. We're doing something special here. Okay, we're gonna go see Lala Carp DM. This is a couple that is going to be converting a school bus to live in. And they are in the midst of painting it right now. We rated them before and it was really awesome. This is kind of an intro into what Sam and I could be doing in the future too. I'ma hit that button, friends. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day wherever you are. Love y'all. Bye!